And we're live. Probably wondering why there's no video right off the bat. I want this to be more about my thoughts in my mind and what I have to say. And I want to be less concerned with what's going on around me, what is like what people are thinking when it comes to what's I'm nervous just doing this. This is still new to me. Trying to open up and just relax and be open with the internet. Yes. I don't plan on phasing out video podcasts at all. I was considering making this a video podcast, but I wanted to address the fact that I will have it be audio a lot of the time. Just because sometimes that's more comfortable for me, and honestly, it makes me think of it more as a podcast and less of a, hey, here's a video of me talking in my room. I don't know. I did get some potentially good news today. I might be getting some recording equipment, thanks to a few people. Former member of Energy, Joe, he texted me and said that he listened to the podcast. So, hey Joe, I'm assuming you're listening to this. I'm gonna get that mixer, and probably start demoing ideas and doing things like that. What else? Yes, that is what I'm that's what I'm most currently. Yes, that is what I'm currently the most excited about. That and the idea of this podcast, but I feel like it's not fully formed, fully come to fruition. But it's clearly based off of the film Pump Up the Volume, where "Talk Hard" is the catchphrase. It's like the tagline for the movie. And I named an Energy song that in 2006 on our Punch the Clock EP. I never quite liked that song, but I listened to it today and I actually really like the lyrics a lot. Just has a lot to do with, actually let me pull them up right now. Energy, talk hard, talk hard. Talk Had, song by Energy. It comes up all nice and good thanks to Tiffany organizing my Genius.com account. Genius.com/energy, I think. Is that what you do? Yes. No. No, it's not. I don't know. Maybe it's artist/energy or something, but we're verified on there as Energy. So that's cool. But I really liked the second half of the song's lyrics. I can't speak in this tongue. Yeah, I can't speak in this tongue. I don't sing how it's sung. It's time to raise the bar and talk hard. Wounded and hidden far from sight, embracing solitude won't help win the fight. I really liked the idea that, like they say in the movie, like Christian Slater says in the movie, that like a voice, he's like, I like that. A voice can, whatever, I forget what the exact quote is. You'd think I would know it off the top of my head, but I don't. But I've had at least 3 people reach out to me because of that first podcast that I did. That wasn't even really like a podcast. That was just like a 30-minute video update, I guess, and some thoughts, but I called it a podcast and I declared that I'm doing a podcast. So here we are, and I named it after I did that first one. So this is the first podcast knowing that it's called Talk Hard. Talk Hard with Tank. Talk Hard. Obviously that's not about like talking hard or being tough. Like it's obviously it's just It's more about just like talking with confidence and really staying true to like what you believe, I guess. I don't know how to, just being yourself and being confident in that. That's what the song Talk Hard was about. It's like social anxieties and just being unsure of yourself and trying to overcome that, because embracing, yeah, like the lyric says, embracing solitude won't help win the fight. I was 21 when I wrote that. Not bad, I must say. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is bad. Whatever. But yeah, you can look that up on Genius. What else? There was something else that popped into my head. I'm always so scatterbrained. Let's look through my YouTube history here and see what I've been watching that I might want to talk about. I got Prequel on cassette. Probably saw my unboxing of that on my channel. Thanks again, Nadine. Sipping coffee right now. What else is on my list of things? Yes. Alex from Gorilla Biscuits. Side by Side, Project X, passed away. Alex Brown. That's, I listened to the Project X EP, and probably gonna listen to some Side by Side, and probably Gorilla Biscuits, yeah, honestly, just in honor of him. It's really sad to hear that, to think that I listened to those hardcore records, like those records, so much, my late teens, early 20s, and the sound of that guitar, it's like, I don't know, when somebody passes away, and it's, like Todd Youth passing away recently, that hit me really hard. It's like, I don't know, when you know for a fact that it was that human being making you feel a certain way, knowing that they're no longer with us, it's just like, it's the end. It's the end of that book. It's the end of, I don't know. It's really, unfortunate and sad, and I don't know, I guess my heart just goes out to the families and friends and all that people. But yeah, let's keep this going in a positive direction. Positive scene. Positive scene. Isn't that, Crippled Youth? Yeah, I think so. Or maybe it's something else. I don't know. Some kind of silly youth crew music. Yeah, I've been wanting to record at home a lot. So getting this equipment should be pretty good. I can mic this stuff, this podcast, a little bit better. I can record, I can multi-track music and stuff. I'm really just waiting on a response from somebody that I'm trying to buy from online. But it's like a 4-track cassette deck thing, and I want to do like lo-fi home recorded stuff and be able to do my own studio and everything like that. Something else I wanted to talk about on this thing. Yes, I should be recording some new stuff with Energy soon. I think I touched on that on the first podcast, but that should be fun. But I really want to be doing like home stuff. I think if I could, there's a lot of stuff that I'm starting to realize that Energy is more, I'm not going to say any labels or anything like that, but I'm starting to realize that energy is its own thing, and it has its own sound, and there's a general consensus of like the direction we should go in. I don't want to say I'm like even. I'm always going to be pushing that, but there's some stuff where at the time certain members of the band aren't going to dig it because it's too out there, or it's just whatever. It's not that they don't like it, it's just they don't think it's appropriate for the project at the time. And I agree. I mean, some things should be left for solo projects, and that's where this home recording gear comes in. I have so much music written, so much. I know that so much of it's not going to end up as energy music, and that I would be so much happier if I just recorded it myself. And yeah, so just thanks for the inspiration, Joe and Nadine, and of course Tiffany, who is right here by my side. Not literally right now, she's in the other room, but just helping me through this insane pit of depression that I've been through and am coming out of. I could feel myself getting better. I could feel myself getting focused and wanting to create and make music and create art, create this podcast. I want to get my thoughts out more. I just want to talk. I just want to say anything and everything. I literally forgot that the Super Bowl is going on right now. I'm glad that I'm not involved in any sort of pressure situation where I have to pretend to give a shit about that stuff. If you love that stuff, that's great. I love baseball. Not currently. I liked it until I discovered music at the age of like 12. But it's, I understand the romance behind it. I've seen the movie Moneyball. I mean, that's not why, but I grew up liking baseball a lot. But actually, if we're going to talk about sports, and I'm here, and you're here, there have been a few sports references throughout Energies, like lyrical, whatever. There's 400. That was the last song we wrote for Invasions, and we were having a really hard time writing it, and we didn't know if we were going to be able to. It was like the 11th song for the record. We couldn't fulfill that 11 song required thing we were contractually required to do. And it reminded me of this the story that I had seen a special on called Home Run Heroes when I still have it on VHS actually, but when I was a kid, and it was just highlight reels and over dramatizations of baseball plays basically, but it made me think of baseball differently as a child, and it obviously went into adulthood with me a little bit. And when we were trying to write that song, I thought that's like the time Carl Yastrzemski had his 399 home run thing where he couldn't get his 400th home run, and it reminded me of that. So that song became our 400th home run, or our 400. So I named the song that because when I told everybody that I made that connection, everybody said that makes for a cool song title, so that's cool. I was going to call, or I would have, I don't know. I think another cool name for it would have been Race the Sun, and that's why we named the EP Race the Sun. But, whatever. Yeah, so baseball and energy and sports. And I don't really care about sports though as an adult. I can't do it, so I don't care. I don't know. That pretty much sums it up for me. I mean, maybe not, but it feels like it a lot of the time, that if I can't pursue something, if I can't try to make it happen on my own, or if I don't at least vaguely entertain or generally entertain the idea that I may someday do this myself, it doesn't really interest me a lot of the time. I don't know though. That's completely contradicted by the fact that I love album artwork. So I have no aspirations of making album artwork. So I don't know, but a lot of the time, 90% of the time, I'm drawn to art that I can, or I want to at least create. I would like to write books. I would like to do spoken word. I would like to do anything, everything. I don't know. Yeah, just pretty much everything. I can't. Still surprised that people listened to this. I mean, I'm not surprised. That's the point. I want people to listen, and I post about it enough places. I don't know how Joe heard it, but that's cool. It says on SoundCloud that I have 10 plays in the last 7 days. 1 play in the last 24 hours, so that's cool. I think I'm gonna read a tour journal from, I guess I'll just start, I don't really care about that one. What do we got? There's the European one. There's a lot of personal stuff in that one. Don't know if I want to go there yet. What do we got here? Journal entries from February 2009. All right, I'm going to read this live, and if there's something in here I shouldn't have said, then yikes. February 13th, 2009. Oh, okay, we're coming up on just about 10 years ago. All right, Massachusetts to New Jersey. This is when I was like probably backdating my memories of the last few days. I used to do that. All right, February 13th, 2009. Yep, it's that time again. I should be heading out the door any minute now to start the Energy Debaser Bear Trap Tour. I'm just waiting to be picked up from my house. I won the Big Rig Expansive Heart 7-inch on eBay. I'm pretty pumped about that. So that's one thing to look forward to coming home to, seeing as it will probably be here by the time I get back, I think. I hope the cigarette lighter to electrical outlet adapter things work so that we can constantly be watching movies and videos in the van without my MacBook dying. The problems of back then. Me and Julia tried to get a wireless card, but the store doesn't carry them anymore because they're getting some brand new 3G ones soon, which doesn't explain why they'd send back the ones they didn't sell, but whatever. So that means no internet in the van other than my sidekick. I sound spoiled. I am thankful for having these things though. Touring would suck a lot more without them. Julia bought me Smashing Pumpkins Adore on 2 LP gatefold vinyl. It looks so awesome. I'll take pictures when I get back. She also bought me some really expensive vegan fudge and assorted chocolates from some place in California. I'll leave a link to the site in a future entry. Yeah. I'm still going to be adding pictures and flyers to the European tour entry I made, so keep an eye on that. This is when I used to do like a lot of written stuff. So this is transcribed from one of my old blogs. Yeah, okay, so February 13th, 2009. This just says New Jersey. That must have been an introduction. All right. I'm sitting here at our first show of the tour. We are at some kid's house who owns the movie Dumb and Dumber. I remember this show very vividly. He then proceeded to tell us how much he liked that movie. Unbelievable. I'm pretty certain that here... What does this say? I'm pretty certain that here is no one... Oh, there. God, I didn't even check this thing for, like, grammar. I'm pretty certain that here... Oh, my God. I'm pretty certain that there is no one here besides bands and the kid who lives here. It's not like I didn't expect it to be exactly like this, but every single time this happens, I can't help but think, why am I here instead of being happy back home? And I went on about my girlfriend at the time needing to be there and how I'm sad about it and blah, blah, blah. That's what a lot of this fucking journal entries are pretty much that. Every single second that I spend, blah, blah, blah. Joe says... Joe says that this might be the worst show we've ever played because no one gives a shit. Some drunk girls just came up and asked me what I was doing in the van because they overheard me warming up. I humored them by not being a complete asshole, and they left. Debaser's going on now. I hate playing shows that are this awkward because then it's hard to even get into it when I'm playing. The show has to be over by 10:30, and it's 10:04 right now, and Debaser, Bear Trap, or Energy haven't even started playing yet. So I assume we just won't be able to play tonight. That's fine by me. If I can't at least get into it without feeling stupid, then it's not worth it. I always want to be able to give 110% every time we play, but you feel very self-conscious and foolish going all out in front of 5 kids and someone's mom. Will from Buffalo booked a show a while back where we were the only band that played, and it was in his apartment. The idea of the show was thought of, decided on, and announced the same day the show took place. There ended up being like 50 people in his apartment, and it was the single greatest basement/house show that I think we've ever played. This just proves that these kids don't try to promote. As soon as it was decided that the show in Buffalo was happening, Will made as many phone calls as he could and posted on all the right message boards and really pulled through. Some people care, some people don't. Tonight and that night in Buffalo, New York are proof of that. February 14th, 2009, New Jersey. I woke up at 7:30, took a shower, and came out of the shower to find out that everyone's guitars fell out of the trailer last night when they went back to get Luke's bag from the place we played last night. A little redundant. Anyway, not claiming that this is written perfectly. These are just my journals. I guess the trailer just wasn't latched all the way. I think I know whose fault that was. I'm not gonna make them feel bad by saying it, but we all know who it was. It was Kevin. It was Kevin Thompson. The worst part is that Joe's guitar that was lost was his first guitar that he had for 10 years or more. And as you read in my European journal entry, Joe just recently lost a guitar in Italy. So we all have a feeling that Joe is going to snap soon. Yikes. We owed so much money to different people. Joe still owes Dan money for the guitar that got stolen in Italy, and now this. All of our records and CDs were lost as well. So, we are on tour with no equipment or music to sell. We should probably just go home, but I doubt that will happen. We just lost around $6,000 worth of guitars and records. The only reason I have time to update is because we're all sitting around being depressed about the whole thing. I'll update more later. Later that day, in Roanoke, Virginia. Well, after a lot of driving, someone called Joe and said that they had his guitar. I think he's getting it Friday. They got his number because Joe left his contact info in the case. It's nice to see that it's nice to see someone actually be a good human being for once. We played a punk show tonight in Roanoke, Virginia. A lot of people were very rude and obnoxious. I didn't like it. It's okay though. We seemed to do all right in merch. We're still at the show actually, and I'm watching a really bad band play. I don't know what their name is. I want to go to wherever it is that we're going to sleep and eat food. This band won't fucking stop playing. The bass player is dressed in a bunny costume, and I'm pretty sure they're all drunk out of their minds. I hate being around drunk people. It's so uncomfortable. I think the band just said that their name was... I'm going to leave that out. Tonight we played Invasions, Hunter Red, Keep the Change, 400, Lost and Found, Streetlights, Last Caress, Astro Zombies, and Knowledge. I just found out that there is a Kroger right near where we're staying. During our set, stupid punkers were throwing change at the ground at us because, we're hardcore kids. And we should pick up the change. Yeah. And then also some girl yelled, "You suck," during the break in Last Caress. The aforementioned... And then I wrote in here, the aforementioned people are hilarious people that by no means do I ever wish death upon. I don't really think that's that funny, but I was just trying to be sarcastic or dark or something. I don't know. It was 10 years ago. Give me a break. We're at the house we're staying at. I think we're making pasta in a minute. I think we're also going to watch Jumanji in a little bit. I'm waiting for Eric to come back from being away so that we can video chat. Oh, that's right. I video chatted with Eric because I just got my MacBook. Yes, that's right. Yeah, I used to write about, even the most mundane, just minutia of just everything that was going on. I don't know why. It's not really familiarizing me with a lot of everything the actual storytelling is. So I guess that's just future knowledge for future documentation. Anyway. February 15th. 2009, Charleston, South Carolina. Ooh, this is always a good place. Right now, we are driving to my number one favorite place to play on tour, Charleston, South Carolina. I just hope that it's as fun, if not more fun, than all the other times we played there. I wish I could eat better when I'm on tour. All I eat is pasta, yogurt, Cliff Bars, junk food at gas stations, and Bolt House tea drinks. We listened to Last Wave Rockers, Thief in a Sleeping Town twice in the van today. Famous Monsters is now coming to an end. Dose took some songs off my iPod to make mixes to listen to in the van. It's fun touring with a bunch of friends, but I wish it was just us in the van and everyone else took separate vans. I'm sure they feel the same way too. It's pretty cramped. I can't stop thinking about Robert's place in Burbank, California. It's strange to think about how long we've already known him. Rob was in the band when we first met him in Virginia. I know for a fact touring is different for me now because this is the first time I've ever been looking forward to visiting a place that I'm familiar with. The week that we stayed there last summer was incredible. I loved walking on Sunset Boulevard with everyone and hanging out at Robert's listening to Bad Religion and watching the Punk-O-Rama DVD that he has. I can't wait to be in Burbank again. This time my brother will be there, and it will definitely be a lot more fun. I think I'm going to skip any kind of sad nostalgia, missing home parts of this, because reading back is just pathetic. Let me see here. Someone posted, Lost Equipment Update. Someone posted something in a Lost and Found somewhere about finding a guitar in New Jersey. They said to email them with a very detailed description, and they'd return the guitar if it matched. We are certain that it's one of ours, but we don't know whose yet. I'll keep you updated as usual, because I was putting this up live on the internet. Okay, as I finished typing that, someone called, and it's Stan's guitar. So now Energy got both of our lost guitars back. We still lost some records, but this makes things a lot better for us. The guy also just said that the guitar is still in tune. This is awesome. Nice. I forgot about that. Let's see here. I'm at the venue. It's a skate park. Pretty cool place. I sadly fell down the ramp while sitting on a smaller ramp. Before I forget, at a truck stop, Keith pointed this out to me. Unbelievable. That's the South for you. There must have been some kind of picture. Oh, I think it was just some stupid novelty thing. Why do I gotta read this stuff before I go live on the air with you people. There is Wi-Fi at this venue, blah, blah, blah. Post-show. Possibly the best show we've ever played on tour. It was unreal. Charleston, South Carolina is the best. It's like the rest of the world has no idea we exist except here. We're at the apartment that we're staying at, and we're making pasta and cake soon. My iChat isn't working, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I'm just going to stop reading my journal entries there because I'm bored with them. But, yeah, let me What else is going on? Let's switch gears. Fast. What do you think of my new headshot, my new portrait, my Talk Hard with Tank logo thing? I figure that if I commit to it, to this extent, I'm gonna want to, and I'm gonna feel obligated to make updates. And the more you interact with me, the more I'm gonna make updates. And yeah, I have. Let's see, what am I waiting on in the mail? I got some awesome stuff coming in the mail. I have Cro-Mags beanie coming in the mail. I have, I think, Harley Flanagan's original Cro-Mags demo on 12-inch coming in the mail. I recently acquired $5 Find at Walmart, and Justice for All Remaster. They came out last year. That $5 finds at Walmart are actually like fucking amazing. I'm obviously, I'm not sponsored by Walmart, but or Metallica or whatever. But it's just, I go there all the time, and they're great CDs, like cool digipacks with like expanded things. I got Black Sabbath, like a bunch of Black Sabbath albums, and just classic albums that are really cool. You can get them for $5 if you're still into buying CDs, that is. I got a Blu-ray player recently, and I like that I think it plays audio better than CDs, because the audio bit depth or whatever is, larger or better than, like, it can handle like 24-bit audio like DVD audio can, and yeah, so that's cool. So I have a CD player that plays DVD and Blu-ray audio as well as CD audio. So I've been breaking out my CD collection more, as much as I can. I still need shelving for it. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoy the physical music. What is coming up? Oh, it's February 3rd, which means my birthday is in exactly 1 month. So yes, I will be 34. 34. I don't want to live to be 34. I don't want to die in a nuclear war. I do want to live to be 34, but I definitely do. I want to live to be much beyond 34. Anyway, what the fuck am I talking about? What do we got? Oh yeah, I saw this Landfill Crew thing. It's Tim Armstrong. He's got another new side project. This is called Landfill Crew. You should check it out on YouTube. It's a really cool song. It's animated. It's like animated characters. It's like, I saw it advertised somewhere as a fake band, like a quote-unquote fake band, but it's like clearly a real band. But it's their cartoon characters. I'm assuming they're just like supposed to represent each band member, and it's a pretty cool song. I don't know, I like it. It's pretty good. What else is going on I still haven't watched that Code Orange My World documentary. Been meaning to watch that. I keep seeing Jeepers Creepers 3 popping up on the YouTube suggested thing. I think that's kind of creepy in and of itself, and I'll leave it at that. What else? Why do I want to say something about Oingo Boingo or Danny Elfman or something like that? I don't know. Yeah, bear with me and my awkward silences, because this is still developing and I'm just pushing forward with it, regardless of anything. I don't care. Awkward realness and all. I'm hitting pause, here and there, but fuck it. I was reading something, I think, Maroon 5 is playing the halftime show right now. People are saying that he looks disinterested. He's not wearing a shirt, something like that. I don't really give a shit. I don't even know what they sound like. I don't know any of their songs. I think I might. Someone said Ghost halftime shows, Super Bowl 54, in one of the groups that I follow. That would be amazing. It's never going to happen. If they won't even have Metallica, then why would they have Ghost? Howard Stern show just popped up on my feed. Howard Stern had, what's his name, on the show? Francis Ford Coppola. Francis Ford Coppola funded a lot of movies, produced a lot of movies, including movies directed by Victor Salva, a convicted pedophile, who Francis Ford Coppola gave him money after he was convicted, after Victor Salva was convicted of these crimes, and in order to make the first two Jeepers Creepers films. I think he's a producer on the third one. I don't know how nobody is saying, like, hey, Francis Ford Coppola, you're funding a pedophile. That's not cool. Stop giving a pedophile money. I didn't watch the Howard Stern interview, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that if I didn't hear anything about that, that probably wasn't brought up. But, I mean, this could be a scathing indictment or whatever, but those are true facts that I'm aware of. So, there's my 2 cents on that. What else is going on in, like, music news? I want to know what bands you want to hear me talk about on this thing. What musical topics. All kinds of stuff. Everything. I want to talk about everything. Black Flag is back with Mike Vallely on vocals. I cannot wait to hear that. God, I can wait. I can wait to hear that. Probably. I don't know. It could be good. I've read some really questionable things about Greg Ginn's character, and if those things are true, I mean, then fuck him. If the things I heard are true. I'm not gonna say the things because whatever, but the things that I read on his Wikipedia. So read for yourself. But yeah, I'm definitely Team Flag on that. I probably talked about a number of these things on the previous podcast, but I don't really give a shit. You can just call me out on it, actually, and then I'll stop and probably get more focused and do it less. So please tell me why this podcast sucks as well. Don't just encourage me. Tell me what I need to change. I know, don't say things like, oh, you say too much. No shit. Everybody does that at first. Anyway, as I launch right into an the Black Flag official channel seems to have, like, hardly any videos on it. Just says SST Superstore. 6-pack, 1983. Looks like somebody who just doesn't know how to run YouTube at all. Just was like, well, we gotta generate a YouTube channel for our stuff so that we can stay. Oh no, wait, what is this? I could be totally wrong here. Some older bands just, I laugh a lot because they look so dated. They are so out of the loop and like they just don't know what they're doing. But well, take for instance the Spice Girls. They not to jump from Black Flag to the Spice Girls, but I'm gonna jump from Black Flag to the Spice Girls and say that there was some image on their website, and they're millionaires, right? You open image in new tab, and it's like a PNG, and there's like this pixely white shitty outline thing. It's just really funny how, like, no matter how big and larger than life or professional or legendary or whatever people are, It's just fun. I just get a kick out of it when they have somebody just being lazy, cutting corners, or just not really being with it, or whatever. Anyway, this could be the official channel. I don't think it is. Description: the official Black Flag YouTube channel. So all that backpedaling I just did was for no real reason. This is actually just them. This is Greg Ginn, clearly just uploading. This says SSTSuperstore.com as the big artwork image, just promoting that. Yeah, I saw Flag, and it was amazing. So that's enough of that. I think this is maybe gone on long enough. I don't know. I'm gonna scroll. I'm gonna keep scrolling for a minute. Everybody's just fucking complaining about the halftime show. I don't care. Yes. Blah. Okay, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up. I don't really know what else to talk about. I'm probably gonna remember a bunch of shit that I wanted to talk about as soon as I get off this thing. But I really just wanted to put some content out there. I wanted to say thanks again to Joe for inspiring me to get that thing, and for Nadine for inspiring me and helping me in general. And I want to thank anybody that checks out these podcasts. And yeah, I'm gonna continue doing this. It's gonna be scatterbrained. I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna jump from like journal entries to just my, whatever. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna try to get this thing on iTunes, like the podcast thing, soon. Maybe I'll have guests. Who would you like to see? No, probably not. I actually just want to talk. But, yeah. Until next time, talk hard.